What's up, legends? I know it's a Sunday, which is kind of weird to do like analysis on Bitcoin, but it makes sense. We just broke all-time high, and I feel like a lot of you guys are not sure, is this a fake out? Is this actually the start of something, or is this a trap? And what I want to do today is just show you my analysis on why I believe what I believe and where it could go. And also, if you guys are wondering why I should listen to this 25-year-old from Australia, well, here's why. I'll show you exactly why. Now, guys, am I a bloody wizard? Am I an expert trader? No. But I have a very strong conviction, and I've been looking at charts for over 4 years now, and I can see things that some people can't. So this is why you should probably listen to me. So hopefully you guys can see this. This is my personal YouTube channel. And on the 8th of April, I said the bull run's not over. And at the time, all my mentors, everyone in the space was saying the bull run's over, pack your bags, it's done. And I would just held my conviction based off what I was seeing, which I can show you guys what I was seeing, but this is not what the video is about. This is just showing you evidence of why you guys probably should listen to me, because this cycle I have done pretty well in terms of calling tops, calling bottoms. Now, not major tops, but major bottoms and also local tops. So you can see on the 8th of April, I called that. Now, complete transparency, I'm pretty sure I called a top around this area as well. And just so you guys understand, I took about 9 months off the crypto space to pursue something else, right? So I wasn't really fresh, but this whole year I've done market analysis every single day. I mean, you guys can backtrack if you want. On my Facebook, I post every day except for Sunday, because Sunday is usually the manipulation move where not much goes on, and if it does, you don't really trust it, which is why I'm like, even though we broke all-time high, is this something that we want to trust? And that's what I hope to explain to you guys today, what I'm looking at. So first of all, I called the bottom there. I then also drew in here, I said multiple times that I said that there's going to be a pullback because we just kept going up. And that's complete transparency. And obviously, we never really got a pullback. We did consolidate. But on you can see right here on the 25th of August, I said pretty much the bottom is in. You can see here, the bottom is in. Yes, I said it. And guys, it takes pause to do that because you're doing it publicly, which means if you're wrong, people are going to kill you, right? That's just the truth. Then, not just did I call the bottom, I also called the actual local top. I said around here, it's going to pull back. And I literally got it to the candle. So on the 23rd of May, I'll show you guys right now, 23rd of May, I showed this chart right here. You guys probably can't see it, but on the Facebook post, you'll see I literally called the candle that then reversed, and then we obviously fell from there. So there's that one. And then on the 30th of August, I also pretty much said that this is why the top is not in, and you guys can obviously go look at it. That is at here. So everyone's still calling that this is the top for Bitcoin. I didn't believe it was, and there's many reasons why people believed it. And I can show you why. I'm going to show you that today. Probably some stuff that you had no idea about. So there you go, the 30th of August. Then we also have the 4th of September, where I said the top's not in. Again, there we go. And then on the 18th of September, I said we're going to have a pullback to create that high low, which is what we did. And you guys can see that right here, 18th of September. So I've been pretty spot on when it comes to, calling tops, calling bottoms. Now, guys, you can call it luck, you want to call it whatever you are. I'm not saying I'm a bloody genius, I'm an expert, but I've been pretty damn spot on when it comes to what I believe in for this cycle. So hopefully that gives you a bit more reassurance on why you probably should listen to me. And look, now let's get into the actual Bitcoin chart, and let's do it. So this is obviously Bitcoin on the daily. What I want to do is show you guys every time it's been a Sunday, what's happened. Like, because it's not normal for Bitcoin to pump on a Sunday. Like, you don't really want that, because the reason why you get really big moves on a weekend, if it happens, is manipulation, because there's a low volume, which means they can move the market so easily. So whenever something happens on the weekend, I don't trust it. And the false start, false move beginning of the week happens either on a Sunday or a Monday. So it could be happening right now. So let's just check. So you can see right now on Sunday, we've pumped pretty decently. And we've also gone straight up from what? The 26th of September. So let's just see at other times what happened. So this was a Sunday. We pumped straight up. And then guess what happened? We had a pullback, pretty much got rid of all those gains and went even a bit further, but didn't go any lower than that low on the 12th of May. So I would say the low of this move is in so far. Like, I don't believe we'll go below this. I think 108K is the bottom, like the pivot. And I don't think we should go lower. If we do go lower, I'd be a bit concerned. Okay. The one thing we do definitely want though is a bit of a pullback. Like, we do want a higher low, which would be great to line up with this level here. But we do want that to actually confirm the continuation, because the last thing you want is just a pump and then this. That's the last thing you want, okay? So let's just keep seeing if there's any other times. So I remember calling this. I remember this happened on a Sunday, and I said to you guys, we are going to go back down from this. I believe this is actually manipulation, and it was Trump. He pumped the markets on a weekend, knowing that there wasn't much volume, and we went up, and then what happened? We went all the way back down. So it's very different because obviously we didn't break an all-time high there. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. So yeah, so far you guys can see, based on the daily, when Sunday has pumped, it's actually not been a good thing. So you guys can see the OBV is supporting this move, but based off like this volume here, it is actually showing some very divergence, but the move being supported by volume at the moment. But when you look at volume on here, there's barely any volume. Like, you can see the candle here, it's not really that strong. I remember even in this point here, that volume, is decent, but it's not that great. So even this situation here, yeah, it's not strong volume. You want to see a bit, I mean, obviously it's a Sunday, but I just want to show you guys that so you guys could understand. The other thing I want to do as well is go on to Bitstamp. So the reason I'm going to Bitstamp, guys, is I want to show you something. So this is the weekly, right? And every time we've broken all-time high, what has happened previously? Let's just go from, 2020, okay? So you can see right there, we broke the all-time high. What happened? We continue to pump. Now, this could be very different because obviously this is like one of the first moves since, since our bottom in 2018. And what do we do from there? Just so you guys can understand. We broke all-time high and we continued to pump until we corrected around 80%. I don't think that's going to happen now, but I'm just showing you. Then when we broke this all-time high here in 2021, what happened? We actually went down. So that's not good. Do I believe that's what's happening now? Honestly, no, I don't, but it's just something to obviously be aware of. And we only broke the all-time high by like that much. Like, it's not really a strong break. Here, we broke all-time high, and then we obviously came down. Here, which is what I think could be happening right now, is we consolidated, like we went in like a consolidation, and then we finally broke and closed, which I hope happens today. We actually close here because it's extremely strong if it does. What happened? So from that close, we went up around 34%. So that is not bad at all. And it happens both ways, guys. Like, if you look at this and you look at this here, as soon as we close, obviously, lucky we didn't keep continuing, but that also was a fake out. So that's good to see. If this was actually the top, then obviously it would have been a continuation. But to see it reverse that quick was great. Now, what I like here is this. You guys can see we're pretty much trading in this very tight range on the weekly. And if we get a close here, it's extremely bullish. Now, let's just say we've repeated exactly what happened here when we closed and we went up 34%. Where would that put us? That would put us at 167,000. I mean, that would be pretty damn cool to see, but I don't think that would happen. what I think is more likely is based off the fact that on October we've averaged around 20%. So what I'll do, guys, is I'll remove this stuff so you guys can just have it all clear up. If I go on to this, you can see the average return was around 20%. The median was 14. So let's just go medium and the 20%. Let's just see where that puts us. So right now we've pumped 9%. Okay, so let's just go. October does go to the medium at least, which is 14%, which is not that much from here. So 130,000, which I think would be a strong resistance there, which I'll show you guys why. But let's just say we go to the 20%. 20% puts us at 137. So they're the kind of targets that you'd be looking at for this month. Obviously, we could be a lot more than that, but let's just also show you guys something that you guys probably had zero idea about. So if you guys ever wanted to know, right, where price, where you could put your price targets, I feel like you guys have zero idea about this. So I'm going to share something with you guys, and hopefully this actually teaches you guys something you haven't actually learned before. So this is why I love technical analysis. It allows you to see into the future of it. So what you do is you get the thing called, where is it? Trend-based fib extensions. And then what you do, you go from the bottom. Now, I don't know if you should use this one or this one, but I'm just going to use this one for example. And then go from, so the bottom, top to bottom. And then you get your level 1. Obviously, that's where we hit resistance. Level 2, 1.168, 2.618. And we almost hit the 3.618, right? Almost, so close. So it's not going to be exactly on target, but it's going to be very close to those targets. So this is how you can kind of identify where price could go. And believe it or not, it works both ways. So if you actually got this, right, and did the opposite direction, so to find your bottoms, which I'm going to make a video on next week, is you can determine where the bottom could be. So obviously, one, you wouldn't expect it to go to negatives. That's not what you would be expecting. But 618 is a very common spot, and it lines up with a strong support and resistance. So you could have actually almost guessed that Bitcoin was going down to 3K, which is crazy. Okay, let's do it for 2021. Let's see what 2021 does for us. So that's 2021 there. Again, there's not so much pivots to move, but I would probably go from, that level there. So we get the bottom to the top to the bottom. And this one was crazy. It literally lined up amazing. So guys, imagine if you literally just had this to go off and you've gone from there to there, which I just realized I'm going to put around there. And then you just chucked in your target around here. Like obviously guys, it's not gonna be exact, but it's gonna be in this area. That's what you're expecting Bitcoin to top or show some signs of rejection. And then obviously at the 1.618. And then let's just say we obviously click play. And let's just see, actually, let's get rid of the replay because you guys already know where it's gonna go. I'm gonna get rid of the replay because it's gonna take too long and I don't want this to be a long video. But you can see, right, that we hit it. Obviously, it took us from 25th of Jan all the way to the 8th of November to hit it, but we hit it. And I think that's just crazy to know that you can do things like this and yeah, your prices, they can hit that. Now, they also act as strong support and resistance in the future as well. And guys, again, you can do again reverse. So let's just say we got the trend extension tool. We went from the bottom to the top. Obviously, let's say we did 618, and that's just our first buying order. Then we got the 786, and obviously we never got down to the 12 grand, which sucks because I was definitely screaming 12 grand when we were coming down. Now, just because I want to talk about this, guys, before someone starts to go, oh, Bailey, yeah, you might have got really good in terms of calling tops and bottoms this cycle, but last year you were calling 12K. The last 2 years you were calling 12K. And the truth is, guys, I take complete ownership of that. I was calling 12K and we actually went to obviously 15K. Now, I'm going to be completely real and transparent with you guys. I was going off my mentor's analysis. a lot of people in the space saying 12K as well. Instead of actually, creating my own analysis, my own conviction, I was going off what everyone else was saying. And that cost me not buying the bottom of Bitcoin. And that's just is what it is. And I missed out on a lot of the altcoins because I thought we were going lower. And what I've realized in life is when you prepare for a correction, you're more likely going to miss out on a lot more gains than if you were just to, obviously know the correction's coming, but still be in the market. And then when the correction comes, just sell out, right? That's what I've learned. So I now, this whole year, obviously doing daily market analysis every single day, spending 5 hours to 6 hours every day in the markets, watching YouTube videos, learning everything, fundamental and technical analysis. I've created a very strong conviction and my own analysis. It allows me to make decisions based off what I see, not what others see. Obviously, it's great to have multiple eyes on the market, but when I've decided to stick with my internal conviction instead of just doing what everyone else is doing, I've done really well. I mean, I've showed you guys as evidence. No matter what anyone's saying, even how much I respect them, it's like I want to take ownership when I'm wrong and when I'm right, if that makes sense. So anyone calling me, like giving me crap for calling 12K, if you want to live in the past, that is your choice. I've taken ownership. And if you decided to just focus on that, I guess it's your choice. And I can't really do much about that. So I just wanted to go over that a little bit for anyone who's still in that negative mindset. Okay, so those levels we obviously marked out acted as very strong support in the future and obviously some resistance. And also this level here obviously acted as strong resistance as well. Isn't it crazy? Now, where do I believe Bitcoin can go this cycle? Well, if we just do the fib extension tool, I'll show you exactly. Now, I shared this back in, I think it was the 8th of April, my video. I shared this actually, and I said 144K from memory. So it's around 144, 150. So we go from top, right, to the bottom. You can see why a lot of people were calling 108K was the top, because it lined up with the one to one fib, which it lined up here, 1 to 1 fib, and then obviously rejected. But this year is a stronger bull run, and we've actually broken through it. We rejected twice, so you could have actually got an amazing short order on this and shorted it all the way down to here, which would have been pretty damn cool to see. And Jack was actually talking about this the other day. So you can see the top here, we kind of almost retested it, almost. And we did it kind of exactly here as well, retest it as well. So where can we go? Well, 145K is what it shows. So 145K, like I said, I won't be trading exactly to the 145. I think it's going to be around that. So 144 is my target to around 150. But I think it's just so cool that you can just do a trend fib extension tool and you can get that. Now, let's just say we decided to figure out what this next wave would go from. Let's just say from this point here. It's not how I've done it previously. Let's just say we do it for, fun of it. Okay, so we go to the top, to the bottom. So 134K is where you're expecting resistance coming up in the future. And 100 obviously 45. Now, based off this wave, it could come all the way up to 171K. I don't think so. Like, I think we are almost at the end of this, at the end of the bull run. But if it keeps going into 2026, I'm not going to complain. I've got my selling strategy. When it breaks that selling strategy, no matter how I feel, even if I'm greedy and everyone else is saying the top's not in, I'm selling. And I've shared that in my last video. So yeah, if you haven't watched that, go watch it. Anyways, so I just want to show you guys that. Now, the other thing you guys can look at to see if this move has been supported, not just by leverage traders, is you go into something called Coin Analyze, and you can put these indicators for free on your chart. You can see they've really convinced everyone to go long. Like, open interest is just in an uptrend, right? Which means they could absolutely dump right now, and it's definitely possible. You look at the actual CBD futures, that's going up on coin margin. It's also going up on CBD spot, which if this is going down and the market's going up, that's usually actually something to be concerned about. But by the fact that we actually are going up, and this is also going up, but let me just chuck it on the daily. I just realized it's on the 1 hour. Let's see if it makes a difference. So let's just see. So you can see open interest is going up. Okay, that does make a big difference. So you can see here, spot is going down. It is starting to come a little bit up, but it's not exactly supporting the move. Stable coins, CVV is going up as well, which is good to see, but we are going down. And what else is here? So I don't rely just off this, but it's just interesting to see, is this move being supported? And if I had to put money on it, guys, based off the fact that we are, I would say we're probably oversold a little bit where we are right now. Let's just check on the weekly's fine. The weekly's actually fine. I know we've got a bit of bearish divergence. That's fine though. If I go on the daily, let's see where we're at on the daily. See, the daily, we're already crossing into the overbought, and it's a Sunday. I think there's a good chance that we correct. I think there's a good chance we correct here. Now, I will wait for that pivot. So what I mean by pivot, guys, I mean if we come up, so let me just draw this. If we come up and then we start to pivot, that is where I would then get the fibs. So get your Fibonacci tool, and you go from here to there. And or you could go, I mean, no, I'm going to go from this move because that's what I'll figure out. So the 618 lines up with a very strong level of support and resistance. So that's a good chance it goes there. And where you would expect price to go, guys, is pretty much in this pocket here. So the 382, 0.5, and 618 is where it could come down to. And I have no problem if it does. Like, that's great. Great buying opportunities for alts. But you guys have to also understand that this right now has been, it's a very Bitcoin focused bull run. And it has been for quite a while. And if you look at Bitcoin dominance looks like it's about to break out. Now, if it does break out, where could it go? You literally just grab the bottom to the top of this range, and then you just move it up. So we could come up all the way to 61%, which is a strong level of resistance. Let's see if it lines up with any Fibonacci. I mean, it lines up with the manipulation at 79%, so definitely possible. And when this happens, guys, alts will bleed. And that's just sucks, but that's just what it is. It will bleed. So that's possible that we have that happen because Bitcoin goes on a bit of a run, and then obviously we absolutely dump an alt season from there, which is what you want to see. Because what happens, guys, is money goes into Bitcoin, and then that money goes into altcoins, or goes into Ethereum, then altcoins. But the one thing you guys have to also know is on others' dominance, what we're seeing right here, it is bullish market structure, right? So that's a good thing to remember. It is bullish market structure. We are creating high low. And I know that's not exactly, it's like more of an equal high, but I don't really call that. I think it's just consolidation. High, higher low. The last thing you want to do is break below here. If we break below this point here, that's bearish market structure. So we're going to have to watch that. Okay, so we're going to watch that. But the other thing, guys, I don't know if you guys have been watching this. If you go on the monthly and you go on to, you go on to total free, and total free means all the altcoin excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and this also includes stable coins. We're creating a massive cup and handle pattern, massive. And what you do again, you guys, you go from the bottom to the top, another breakout. So that's a 1.8 trillion, almost 2 trillion market cap for altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's really bullish. That's really bullish to see. On total two, I think we're seeing the same thing. Yep, same thing here. We've broken it, cup and handle. The other thing is on others, which is up. If you guys know what others is, it just means like your more micro cap coins. And right now, we aren't breaking that level, which means, you know, coins like BNB, coins that have massive market caps, that's why they're doing so well. Because everything else, obviously right now you can see it hasn't broken out of here. But I would say it's going to. So I really hope you guys, you know, got some value from this. The other thing you guys want to look at as well is UST dominance. What are we doing on UST dominance? Looks like we're going to break down to at least the 1.94% level, as I believe it's going to be a correction of this whole move up. This whole move up, I reckon it's going to be a massive correction of that, because for so long, we've just been going up, which I shared in my last video. What I mean is previous bull markets, bull cycles in Bitcoin, we were just going up, right? USD dominance was an uptrend. What's it in now? Downtrend. So there's a chance that we come and correct this whole move, which lines up with this level here. So that's what I'm watching. If that happens, bloody amazing, because if you look on the daily, which I share this with you guys every single day. I even shared literally weeks before this happened that this could be manipulation. Obviously, it's not confirmed until we break and close below this level, which could be happening. But I said this push up could just be a manipulation to just, take out liquidity above here. And then obviously that's why Bitcoin went down a bit, but then I knew it was manipulation. And then this could be a confirmation of it. And then, like I said, we'll come down to the 2%. That's where I'm aiming towards. Obviously, the support here as well, but that's what I'm looking at. So, yeah, I think I've done a really good job of explaining to you guys what I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now. The other thing I do look at as well, in case you guys want to know, is I use a website called whalestrade.io. I don't know if it's going to work because it's a weekend. I know sometimes this doesn't work during weekends, but during the week it does, and it shows you everything. But what we can do is use CoinGlass for now. So on CoinGlass, these are all free, by the way. I'm not literally selling you guys anything at the moment. I'm literally just showing you guys what it is. So you can see all the liquidity right now is to the long. 1.18 billion in long liquidations if we went down, which makes more sense because we've got 465 liquidity in shorts. So if you were a market maker and you wanted to make money, you would go to the downside to take out these longs to have more liquidity to then push it up. If we look at Bitcoin exchange liquidity map, we've got 3.65 billion to the long side and 1.52 billion to the short side. Now, does this mean that we're going to go down? No, it doesn't. In a bull market, it is normal to have a lot of liquidity in the long side. But when it's a bear market, they give that all back because people hold on thinking it's going a lot higher, and then the market just breaks and wrecks them all. So hopefully that makes sense. So again, guys, in case you're not really sure where we could expect price to go, if we just do basic support and resistance, you'd expect the first level to be at 116K, but we have to wait for Bitcoin to pivot. Until Bitcoin just keeps going up, we can't really expect anything. That's the mistake I made back in, I'll show you guys as I shared at the start. When we're going up here, I was expecting some more of a correction, but it never happened until we got to this point, which I then obviously caught as well. So yeah, I really hope you guys got heaps of value from this. I don't know how long I've been speaking. I just really enjoy doing this. Now, I want to be real with you guys. I'm not here to sell you anything at all. But if you got into crypto to make a lot of money and retire early, I mean, it's definitely possible. But if you're risking way too much in meme coins and very low market cap coins to build your wealth, it's not sustainable. I mean, 85% of people who win the lottery lose it all in the next couple of years, and it makes their life worse because they don't have the mindset, the skills to be able to actually hold that wealth and maintain that wealth and grow that wealth. If you just got into crypto and you got lucky and you're looking to get lucky, so you put $1,000 on multiple meme coins and multiple small market caps, and then you just keep losing money, trust me, it's insanity to think that, if you keep doing the same thing, that something's going to change. It's not, right? The way to build wealth is to develop the skills that allow you to do that. So for me, learning technical analysis, learning how to actually read charts, knowing where to buy, knowing where to sell, understanding indicators, understanding fundamental analysis as well has made a major, major difference to the way I make money in this market. Huge. If you think you can just keep holding and trust me, like hodling, like hold on to dear life, it does work, but it takes a very, very long time to make money because you're literally holding through these massive swings. But if you can learn where to sell and then where to buy, it makes life so much easier. I'm not saying that everyone should be a trader. No, but learning technical analysis and fundamental analysis allows you to make more money in investing and also in trading. And the other thing, guys, is most people, especially if this is your first bull run, you're probably going to lose all your money. You're probably not going to sell when you should sell. You're probably going to, yeah, you're probably going to be break even. And that was me in 2021. I had zero idea what I was doing. I went onto Facebook, I went onto YouTube, and someone would tell me to buy this coin. And like, because I had no idea what I was doing. And I'd buy all these coins that everyone recommended, and they probably did really well on them. But because I didn't actually know what they did, and because I didn't understand how to read charts, I gave all my money back because it got up to some crazy levels like 10x, 20x, 30x, even 50x. And I still didn't sell because I thought it was going higher. And when you greed takes over, it is so hard to sell. It is so hard to sell. So I'm telling you right now, guys, if you really want to make money in these markets, you want to, one, you want to be buying during a bear market when everyone's not talking about it. But two, you want to be developing your skills so you can maintain that wealth. You want to be actually learning how to read these charts, how to understand where liquidity is, where the buyers and where the sellers are, understanding indicators like RSI, OBV, EMAs, all that kind of stuff, because it's going to help you become a better investor and a better trader if that's your, that's what you want to do. For me, I love trading, I love investing, so I do both. I love technical analysis, I love fundamental analysis. So that's just my advice to you guys. If you want to keep buying into meme coins and hoping to get lucky and hoping to get rich, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work out for you. You might get lucky, but guess what? Probably 3-4 years from now, you'll lose it all because you didn't build the mindset and you got lucky and you thought you could do it again, and then you repeat it and then you lose it all. I've seen it too many times. It sucks, it hurts. So just play the long game. Play the game of getting better, because as you get better, life gets better. And that's the truth. So I hope you guys enjoyed that analysis. I hope you guys learned something new in terms of where Bitcoin's going, where it could go. If it does correct, where the bottom could be, and everything like that. Obviously, guys, as I said at the start, this is not financial advice. This is just my personal view on the market, where I see it going. And I just want to educate you guys and make it fun. So if you guys had fun, you guys enjoyed this, let me know, because I'm happy to do more of these. So anyways, guys, have an amazing day, amazing night, wherever you are, and God bless you.